In a shocking revelation that has sent ripples through the world of Formula 1, Christian Horner, the team principal of Red Bull Racing, has unveiled a surprising update for the team's 2023 season. Amidst their impressive run of 12 consecutive victories, Red Bull's dominance has been the subject of admiration and scrutiny alike. Despite their impressive dominance in the championship, Horner discloses an unforeseen obstacle that the team is facing, which has the potential impact to their future performance and competitiveness. As the team gears up for the second half of the season, this unexpected development can change the dynamics of the championship race and create new challenges for Red Bull's quest for victory. Let's delve into the details of this revelation and its potential implications for the team's aspirations in the fiercely competitive world of Formula 1. The Hungarian Grand Prix showcased Red Bull's dominance, securing their 12th consecutive victory, a historic feat that sets a new record for the most consecutive race wins in Formula 1 history. Led by the formidable Max Verstappen, the team has undoubtedly mastered the new regulations, leaving their competitors struggling to keep pace. Their impressive winning streak, starting from the last season's final race in Abu Dhabi, surpasses McLaren's previous record of 11 wins in a row achieved back in 1988. Drawing parallels to McLaren's dominance in 1988, when Ayrton Senna and Alain Prost, two of the greatest drivers in Formula 1 history, piloted the McLaren MP4, Red Bull's combination of Verstappen's exceptional talent and their Honda-powered car has proven to be equally formidable. Unlike McLaren, Red Bull's advantage lies in not necessarily requiring a second driver of equal caliber to Verstappen, as Sergio Perez, though having secured a couple of victories earlier in the season, hasn't matched Verstappen's dominant form. With Verstappen's current streak of 7 consecutive victories and a seemingly unbeatable aura surrounding him, many Formula 1 records are now within reach for Red Bull. Mercedes' record of 19 victories in a year set in 2016 and McLaren's record from 1988 of winning all but one race could be at risk. Additionally, Verstappen could challenge Sebastian Vettel's record of 9 consecutive wins, set during his time with Red Bull in 2013, and even surpass his own record of 15 wins in a single season achieved just last year. However, amidst their remarkable success, questions linger regarding the impact of breaking the budget cap in 2021 during the design phase of the current car. While Red Bull's performance is undeniable, some may wonder how their past actions have influenced their current success. Looking ahead, Red Bull's impressive streak might encounter challenges due to the consequences of their budget cap breach. The punishment for the violation could potentially hinder their preparations for next season, making their quest for continued dominance more challenging. In a bid to promote a more competitive championship, Formula 1 introduced its first ever control measures known as financial regulations in 2021. The goal was to level the playing field, allowing smaller teams with limited resources to compete against the more financially robust teams. One of the primary targets of these regulations was to shorten the astronomical spending seen from teams like Mercedes, who reportedly had budgets exceeding $400 million per season. However, the implementation of these regulations came with some challenges and controversies. Red Bull in particular found themselves in hot water when the FIA discovered a minor overspend of their $145 million budget for the 2021 season. The revelation came to light as Max Verstappen was celebrating his 2022 title win, causing the end of the season scandal. Despite team principal Christian Horner's claims that the overspending had no impact on their performance, Red Bull was handed a $7 million fine and a 10% reduction in aero testing as punishment for their actions. Interestingly, the punishment did little to hinder Red Bull's performance in the 2023 season. They continued to dominate the championship, raising questions and criticism from rivals like Lewis Hamilton, who believed the penalty lacked real deterrence. I mean, there wasn't really a big punishment last time, so there's no real deterrence. There will be people that will probably go for it again and know they're just gonna get a slap on the wrist. However, the perception that Red Bull would be handicapped in 2023 due to the punishment was based on the misunderstanding of the car development process and how the penalty was enforced. By the time that Red Bull received their punishment in 2022, they were already well into the development cycle for their 2023 car. The 10% reduction in testing time only took in effect October 2022, by which time much of the design and testing for the 2023 car had already been completed. As a result, Red Bull knew which avenues of development they would explore first and could be specific with their designs and testing during the winter. While Red Bull's dominance had been evident throughout the 2023 season, they have introduced relatively few upgrades to their car compared to previous years. Due to the testing punishment, they face challenges in finding new development avenues and conducting experimental testing. As a result, they had to rely more on the initial design choices, limiting the number of upgrades introduced during the season. Despite the setbacks, Red Bull's performance remained unparalleled and they secured impressive victories. However, Horner revealed that the extent of the wind tunnel time deficit has now hindered further upgrades to the car, signaling potential challenges in maintaining their dominance throughout the season. As we reach the midway point of the season, Max Verstappen finds himself with a commanding 110-point lead in the Drivers' Championship over his teammate Sergio Perez. Simultaneously, Red Bull holds a substantial 229-point advantage over Mercedes in the constructors' standings. The team's dominance had been underlined by their recent updates, which included a revised floor and reprofiled upper bodywork, granting them an impressive advantage of nearly 0.5 seconds per lap during the Grand Prix. However, despite their seemingly invincible position, the RB19 will now receive smaller upgrades for the rest of the season. The team will focus on refining their existing package to match the demands of the remaining 11 circuits. This shift in approach is due to the aerodynamic testing restrictions imposed on Red Bull as a penalty for breaking the cost cap in 2021. The team now faces a significant deficit in wind tunnel time compared to its rivals and must be selective in how it allocates its limited resources. Christian Horner, the team principal, acknowledges the challenges posed by these restrictions. He said, "The upgrades did what they said on the tin, so from that point of view it's a box ticked. Now with the handicap that we have to really swing our focus over to next year because we have a significant deficit in wind tunnel time compared to our competitors and we have to be very selective in how we use it. We have a few circuit specific things to still come in 2023, but nothing that hasn't been done already or committed to in research and development. Rival teams, particularly McLaren, have shown considerable advantage in car development due to the Red Bull's handicap. The limitations are evident in qualifying, where Red Bull faces threats from other cars. For instance, Lewis Hamilton managed to take pole position from Verstappen in Hungary, with McLaren close behind. Despite Red Bull's current dominance, there is a possibility that their winning streak may not continue throughout the season. The team's testing punishment restricts their ability to bring further updates to their car. In contrast, last season, Mercedes continued to develop late in the season, leading to George Russell's surprise race win in Brazil. This vulnerability leaves an avenue for other teams to challenge for the championship title, especially after the summer break when competition at the front of the pack is expected to intensify. As the championship continues, questions persist about the true impact of the financial regulations and whether they will effectively promote competitiveness in the long run. The rivalry between the teams and the strategic battle on and off the track continues to captivate fans, as each race unfolds with its share of surprises and excitement. Nevertheless, Verstappen and Red Bull made their mark in Formula 1 history. The RB19, hailed as one of the great cars, and the combination of Verstappen's talent and Red Bull's engineering prowess draws comparisons to iconic driver pairings of the past. From Alberto Ascari and Ferrari in the 1950s to Michael Schumacher and Ferraris in the 2000s, Verstappen and the RB19 are now mentioned alongside these legendary names. As Red Bull's dominance continues to be a talking point in the sport, opinions differ on the excitement that it brings. While Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff appreciates the meritocracy and the competitive spirit, some fans may yearn for more unpredictable races. Nonetheless, Verstappen's impressive performance and potential record-breaking season have elevated him to the status of a generational talent, already making his mark in Formula 1 history. As the season progresses, fans eagerly await to see if any driver or team can challenge Verstappen and Red Bull's dominance, ultimately adding more excitement to the sport. The championship battle is far from over, and the competitive spirit of Formula 1 ensures that the second half of the season promises thrilling races and unexpected twists. Thank you for watching this video. Like and subscribe to the channel and let us know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below.